Half cocked.
And half baked, baby.
We're back.
Finally, it's been a while. Welcome. Today with us we've got our messiah.
Whoa. Where?
Yeah, we're taking a step out of the Dutch scene for a second. Checking out someone who helps with everything European in terms of Smash. It's just like everywhere. He's got his hand in multiple cookie jars. Can't stop him. It's Teros.
Yeah.
Hello.
It
is Teros.
Yeah. So Teros, of course, a very well-known player. I should say TO, not really player. I mean, I've seen
Don't
him.
say that. I saw him against Leffen, dude.
Yeah,
that
true.
was a motivational game. That changed the way I see Melee.
Yeah, very strong performance versus Leffen, but yeah, predominantly a TO, of course. Teros, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Well, I don't even know. No, as you mentioned, I'm a tournament organizer, seeder, power ranker, just overall swell guy from Sweden. And I never know like how to give. That's all I can say about myself. Like, yeah, I do stuff.
That's fair. But I mean, yeah, you say seeder, but then like you don't give yourself the credit of saying like the guy everybody goes to seed anything in this continent. Like you're like the last stop whenever there's a problem with seeding and stuff like that. So
Yep.
I mean, you're a pretty big figure here.
Ooh, yeah, I want you to tell the story about Super Boo.
Oh,
at
yeah,
some
true.
point.
Do we want to go over that the entire thing?
Yeah, not
We're
right.
gonna
I mean, we could go into that right now, but I think that would be funny nonetheless because I've heard some stories. I don't know the full story, but
I think that's definitely worth telling. So we can go over that a little bit later.
yeah. But first, tell me, how did you get into the scene?
Well, so I mean, started watching. Like, I just came across a Twitch stream, of Evo 2015. Because like back then I just watched a lot of Twitch, just different channels and different types of content, and I was already into esports via Hearthstone, as some people may have realized from my Twitter handle, Teros HS.
That's what the HS means. Oh my god.
Yep.
No,
Oh
it
my
stands
God.
for highest seed.
Whoa. Okay, but yeah, and I mean, so and something that really caught my attention instantly was the fact that there were two Swedish players, like, because it was top 8. So the reason I saw it was because it was on the top of Twitch, and I joined, and I think it was Leffen who was playing and against someone, and I saw that there were like 6 Americans and 2 Swedes in top 8. And I was like, yeah, damn, that's really cool. So I watched the entirety of top 8 and really enjoyed it. So I just followed like Armada, Leffen, and I think Mango on Twitter just because like this is cool. I want to keep up with this, and I just whenever they tweeted about tournament, I tuned in and I was watching, and it was like that for a few years where I just watched quite regularly, but I never really interacted with the scene. Like, I slowly learned more about the European scene, and I started watching like Beast, and I remember watching Air 2 back then, but I was like super into Hearthstone, so I just didn't really have the time or the need to go into another esport. But then one day I woke up and I was like, wait, Hearthstone sucks, dude.
wait. Why did you get to that conclusion?
I think it was more so just burnout, because I was a very serious competitor. Like, a few months before I quit Hearthstone, I had been at DreamHack Atlanta in the US competing.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And I watched Plop win his first major live there, which is like fun coincidence.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
crazy.
I mean, the stars aligned for you to get into Smash. Basically, like having the ability to go to like DreamHack Atlanta, for example. That's kind of like a nice opportunity to look at Smash at like as a big spectator event rather than just like a game,
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so I mean, I quit Hearthstone, and after a short while, I felt like, okay, I'm missing something in life at the moment. Like, I don't really have anything I'm passionate about, because I'm really big on passion projects and having something I wake up and just burn to do. And so I decided to I want to give it a shot to get into Smash. So I just started attending some locals in late 2017, and I was a DreamHack winner. I traveled there with a few of my local players, Popmeister being one of them, and just got super into the scene. And I immediately felt like, okay, I wanna do something. Like I wanna have some kind of big goal.
Yeah.
Like from the get-go, I think just as everyone, it's like I want to be the best player. That's kind of what my very first goal was.
Classic.
Yeah, and or
But
not.
you quickly realized.
No, but so I really enjoyed the community, and I felt like, okay, I can. It's gonna take a while to become the best player. So in the meantime, I can do a lot of community shit. So one of my first locals, I was doing commentary, for the stream, and I was posting results in the Facebook group for our local, just like, oh, these players got top 8 because no one else did that. And I at one point made graphics for the results as well, just to get a little bit of content going. And I started collecting stats as well, because I was really inspired by Tafokins and the Tafo stats he provided for commentary. So I was like super into that kind of stuff, and just wanted to get into some. I wasn't like really sure like where I could fit in and what I could do for the community, but I just wanted to do something. And like I thought about organizing tournaments, like after having been in the scene for a month or two.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, okay, hosting a major, that's gonna take years. Like I looked at the major TOs, I was like, these guys have probably been here for 10 years, they've earned their status, and maybe if I'm lucky I can TO my local in 2 or 3 years. my
Aim low.
So that was your goal, to TO your local in 2 or 3 years.
Did you ever get to TO the local? I must know. Or did you just jump straight to major from there?
We'll get to that part. No, but I was just like testing the waters and seeing where I could find my place, and then a certain tournament popped up in Sweden. So since we had lost Beast, there was a new organizer on the scene by the name of Phoenix Blue. Some people may not know this, but I was not a founding member of Phoenix Blue.
Really? Oh, actually, that's a surprise to me.
I knew this. I know everything.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm just the dum-dum in the corner.
Yeah. Shut up.
That's why I was extra, that's why I mentioned this fact, so that you were able to keep up.
What is Smash Bros? You guys keep talking about Smash Bros. I don't know what's happening.
Well, either way, so they were hosting a tournament in Sweden, which was, going to be the new major or something. And fun thing is that everyone in this organization were Hearthstone people originally, and so I knew them back from my time as a competitor. And so I reached out to them, and I was like, "Yo, it's super sick that you guys are doing a Smash tournament. Can I like help?" So I asked them, can I provide stats for the commentators? Can I? So I wrote together some documents on different players and where they're from and what character they play and good wins they have and such. Because I really wanted to, get the ball rolling. I thought, okay, I can find my niche here as some kind of stats guy. So I did this, and I got to the tournament like a day in advance, just hang out with them, and I started helping out with more and more things as the tournament got near, like setting things up and carrying CRTs and whatnot. And I found myself just being a full-fledged member of the crew. And then on the very first day of the tournament, the head admin, because like the Phoenix Blue people weren't really Smash people.
Yeah.
So they had other admins come in and actually host the brackets. Reverb, who was the head admin, he got a fever on day 1 of the event and had to travel home. So I kind of stepped in, not as head admin, like someone else took that upon themselves, but I stepped in to do some more admin work. than that I hadn't really anticipated, and I worked like super hard. I was just running around the place, and I TO'd all the side events, and I even like someone said like, why is bracket starting so late on Sunday? And I was like, okay, we can host a ghetto bracket. Like we had a 9 a.m. bracket, double elimination for anyone who wanted to join, and I threw in €50 that I found in my wallet. Just like, yeah, this is first place prize. So we had a super sick grand finals of the ghetto bracket at like 12 a.m. between Johnny Fight and Professor Pro for €50.
Nice.
They actually attended as well. Wow.
Yeah, this was super sick, and yeah, I mean, I just worked my ass off that entire weekend because I was like, I was so excited about the opportunity. It was like just a really great atmosphere, and meeting all these players that I had watched for quite a few years on stream was really nice. And a lot of the people I met there for the first time, who are like, you know, good friends today. And following that event, the Phoenix Blue people reached out to me and they were like, "Yo, dude, you want to join us?" I was like, "Yeah,
let's go."
Yeah, you'd be robbed if they didn't offer you at that point after you busted your ass and put in like $50 to make a sick bracket.
Yeah, wait. So how many Phoenix Blues were there hosted so far? Because there was only 2 ones, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, there have only been 2 Phoenix Blues. So the first one, which was this one, was hosted in the basement of a theater in a small city by the name of Halmstad.
Mm-hmm.
And which I had no part in before. I just came there the day before the event.
Yeah.
And worked on it. And then the second one, which I fully head TO'd and organized as the main project lead.
Yeah. So how did you go from like small admin, if I can call it like that, to head TO in 1 year? Tiny, fragile admin.
Smallest admin I've ever seen.
Well, so basically, I came into Phoenix Blue and they said, "Okay, we want you to be our main Smash dude."
Hey, let's go, Smash dude, Terras.
Yeah, and I also became like the vice chairman because I had previous experience in working like as I was student council president, and I was now that's another story, but I was extremely what's the word, like into student councils, and I was networking with other student council, and I was traveling all over the place and just doing a bunch of shit for that. So I had quite a lot of experience in like
organizing in general.
Yeah, so I very quickly just became the guy in the organization for everything Smash related. So we had more Smash gigs that we were doing like at different LAN events and such, and I just kind of, so like basically Phoenix Blue just was the Phoenix Blue event was just overnight me going from local stats guy to, you know, head TO for Sweden's biggest Smash organization. And I just, you know, I got this little opportunity and I just grabbed it and I ran with it, and it was just like a very natural progression that we did more and more stuff, and then we said, let's do Phoenix Blue 2, but like twice as big as the first one.
Yeah, I resonate with the sentiment of like when you start out in the scene, you're looking for a way to kind of like contribute in a meaningful way, like not just show up to tournaments and play and go home, you know, like there's like this need to kind of dump your like work into the stockpile that everybody's doing, because you see how much work everybody's putting in. Like my first few tournaments, I mean, I brought like a laptop and a capture card and like recorded stuff because nobody was recording like those matches in like 2014. So just like full tournaments were just getting lost. And I mean, they were like 12 people tournaments, but either way, you know, you want that stuff to kind of be saved. People were pretty happy about it. And through that, I eventually found out that like I didn't want to stream, because I ended up streaming it at one point. I didn't want to record. I wanted to talk over the game. Like that was the fun part for me. God forbid anybody goes and finds one of the videos from Marburg Monthly where I like my first few commentary like occasions, because oh man, I was bad. But like it's just a good
so times
thing,
have
like,
not really changed, you would say.
Yeah, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
At least now I have a better mic though. That's the only difference. But like
That-
if you
arguably that just makes it worse because now we actually hear what you're saying.
no, that's like unintelligible. When it's unintelligible, it's kind of funny. It's like, what is he even saying, man? That's no, but I mean more like I feel like if you are coming into the scene or you're newer and you're like doing stuff like that, and perhaps even you're not like happy with what you've decided to kind of pursue in terms of giving back to the community, don't be afraid to like reach out and try other stuff, because your like dream position in like the space that is Smash right now, like it's up to you to find it, and like you said, network and really like put yourself in that position to get those opportunities, because it's really never too out of reach.
Definitely, I feel like if you just want to do something and you're able to put in a little bit of work, you can do anything in the Smash community you want to do.
Yeah,
It's
I totally agree. Yeah, because for me it was I played Melee for like 2 years without really doing anything at tournaments aside from playing. I mean, like I was like pool captain, but that's it, basically. And after a while, I just kind of lost interest because I realized I was not going to be the best player ever because I didn't really put in the time and I don't have the work ethic to do that. And that's fine, like I accepted that, but then I kind of lost interest in Melee as a whole. My close friends also kind of quit, so I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to take a break. And I didn't play for a year, and afterwards, my first tournament I played again, I teamed with Etienne, with Restless Whale, and yeah, we hit it off immediately. It was just fun times all around, and then we I don't think we immediately did commentary then. I don't think so, but
I don't think so either. No,
I did do commentary at that tournament with Rebaz, actually, surprisingly enough, and that kind of sparked like the commentary interest for me, and yeah, we just went from there. Now we're doing this. I mean, it's not really like a huge thing or something, the podcast, but it's still fun to do every once in a while, and there's a lot of positive feedback. So you know, small things also help. You know,
it's also worth noting that our team name was like, if I remember correctly, it was like 16th of March, 1982 or something.
Yeah,
like it was just an arbitrary date. Like nothing happened on that day. I don't know. We just wanted to be like a name that nobody approached us and asked, but I'm sure at least 2 or 3 people were like,
"What happened on that day?"
March 16th? What?
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, no, but that's for. I think finding a purpose, or like maybe not a purpose, but more like finding joy in tournaments aside from competing is, for me, something so valuable, because if you only care about competing, that's fine too, if you actually manage to, you know, get top 8s and stuff. But if you don't get better and better, then you might feel stagnant and you might lose interest. And so I think it's nice if people contribute in different ways to the scene. I mean, my girlfriend, for instance, she makes like rap videos with her brother, and there's like a whole rap community in the Netherlands now because of her and her brother. And it's super fun. And actually, I'm gonna record a new rap song with her and her brother tomorrow. So
nice.
Yeah. So like that kind of stuff is just super fun to do, because there's just so much more than just the game and just playing it.
Yeah, and even like at this point, we've been playing for so long, and you can say we have, like you said, the purpose or like our avenue. We do a lot of commentary, but even then, like this past turn of the year, we just decided to run a tournament, right? Like we just said, like we're just gonna Iron It Out. Like we wanted to do an Iron Man tournament for a while. I think I mentioned it to you like months in advance before we even started like talking about it. I was like, this would be a cool idea. Let's do this sometime. And you're like, yeah. And then one day it was just like, okay, let's
make it happen. Yeah.
And then we called all the big boys. We called Tara. I was like, hey, you want to do all this work for us? We don't feel like doing all this work. And he was like, yeah.
Hey, it worked out. It worked out.
Yeah, it worked out nicely. I think it was a good experience, and like you learn a lot. Also, just doing that stuff helps you appreciate TOs a lot more. Yeah. Because you're like, we did nothing, and even then we were swamped and overwhelmed. And
yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
I was so nervous. Like the whole day, I was just sitting here like, I don't know what to do. Help.
Yeah, I thought it was like you just turn on bracket, you go, you chill, whatever. Like, you know, you come back and forth. But it's more like the moment bracket starts, like your stomach drops. You're like, oh God. Like, everybody's in the general chat like freaking out. Oh Lord.
Yeah, I mean, with the added difficulty of a unique rule set and it was difficult to make everybody understand what was going on. But yeah, it was so much fun though.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely down to do it again. I mean, not to say Iron It Out 2 is confirmed, but I mean, Iron It Out 2 is most likely going to happen eventually. Maybe not this year, maybe not year after that. see me in 10 years,
Yeah.
run it again.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
So where did you left off actually? Phoenix Blue still? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you decided to host it twice as big. That's what the last thing you said.
Yeah, I mean, well, so that was 1 year after the original one.
Yeah.
Like throughout that year, we, as Phoenix Blue, we hosted a few different tournaments. Like we co-hosted a national in Gothenburg. And for me personally, I tried to help out with every single tournament that popped up in Sweden. Like whenever there was anything bigger than a local, I reached out and I was like, hey, can I help out in any way? And I just traveled kind of all over the place. And I think Air 5 was also like I went there very last second. Like I bought someone else's ticket because obviously it sold out very very quickly, and that was a really big experience for me because that's where I got to know a lot of non-Swedish people in the community, and I feel like it was a very valuable networking opportunity where quite a few people met me for the first time, and I think it definitely laid the foundation for Phoenix Blue 2, because there were a lot of people that I met there who then ended up coming to Phoenix Blue 2, and really helped me reach a larger international community quite early on.
I remember meeting you at FET or Fate, they'd rather us say, but yeah, that was like my first time meeting you, my first like crazy travel for like a bigger tournament or whatever, and like same sort of idea where you're just like running into people randomly and you're like, hi, and then they're like from some other country or whatever, and you just like immediately have a link. You're just like, okay, yeah, we both play Smash. Like you can talk to pretty much anybody there about Smash and like you'll get a decent conversation. So it was like, I mean, again, like I said, I met you there, so it was like just a fucking sick time.
And another fun thing about Air was, so we hadn't decided that we were doing Phoenix Blue 2 yet. We had soft conversation, like we wanted to do it, we just didn't really know when or where or how, but we had a conversation about it. And so when I got to Air, I was like, shit, this is such a good chance to get the word out. So I was I was talking to a guy named Paul from he's German but he lives in Denmark. I met him there, super swell guy, and we were talking about the event. And I said, yeah, so, because he knew about Phoenix Blue, and I said, yeah, we're hosting a second one. And he said, when? I said, I don't know. He said, where? I don't know. So it became a running gag that we started, like, we approached people, like, randomly, and we said, hey, dude, you're coming to Phoenix Blue 2? Oh, when is it? I don't know. Where is it? I don't know.
But you're coming, right? Like, I can count on you.
Yeah, exactly. So we got a few people riled up with that.
That's a good marketing tactic. I mean, like, just getting it out there.
Yeah, that's sick.
Also, I remembered I wanted to ask something before when you started your story. There was a point where you were talking about, like, in Evo, there were obviously Armada and Leffen in top 8, and that was, like, exciting because it was, like, Americans and 2 Swedish people. But I also, like, just from having... I mean, maybe in Hearthstone it's not like this, but in CSGO is the same sort of idea where, like, Sweden is a very strong esports country in terms of skill. Like, some of the best contenders for CSGO came from Sweden. Like, I know that it has a history of having, like, a lot of really good players for other games and things like that, but is that, like, do you think that's a circumstantial thing, like, because of how Sweden, like, culturally approaches esports, or is it just, like, just the luck of the draw of, like, this many people make it out to be that good?
I think it has a lot to do with the culture. I think gaming, like, it became quite a big thing early on. You know, obviously having access to good internet connection, and I think it became a little more mainstream a little earlier than in a lot of other countries. You know, having things like DreamHack, which grew quite big. I think a lot of other countries didn't have anything even comparable to a DreamHack.
And or Base Hunter. You guys had Base Hunter as well. Don't forget,
dude. Like the song about Dota.
Yeah, man.
That I don't know what it's called in English, but
Vi sitter här i väntan och spelar lite Dota. But it's like they changed the words in English to something else.
Yeah.
Wait, is that originally?
All I ever wanted.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
not
Was it-
originally
yeah.
All I Ever wanted. It's originally Dota.
All I ever
Yeah, I know,
wanted was
but I
to
didn't
see you
realize
smiling.
I didn't realize it was gaming related at all.
Yeah, so the song is by an artist called Bass Hunter, who's from Sweden.
Yeah.
And the song basically goes like this: like, we're sitting here in the vent, which was Ventrilo.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the voice chat
Yeah,
program. And playing some Dota, and like, oh, we're pushing and creeping, and with we're playing around with the opposition, and the start of the song is like you can hear like a nagging mom, like, that's all you do all day. You sit there in Ventrilo and you play Dota, and then the song
That's
starts.
sick. Let's go.
And
Because that's like such a huge, like, that's also a cultural thing. I mean, that was just like in the like general space. I guess people were like exposed to it, became pretty normal.
15 years ago that song came out, so
Mm.
I think that has a lot to do with it in general. Just that we had LANs, we had more, like, it was a little bit more. Obviously, it wasn't mainstream, but I think every so often you could see it in the newspapers or on TV, or people like Bass Hunter. Like, God, I definitely want to live in the world where we're talking about Bass Hunter as one of the big trailblazers
Yeah.
for esports.
You paved the way, man.
I mean, that was like that surpassed like the gaming medium as a whole, right? The whole song.
Yeah, I mean, it became such a big song they had to change the lyrics for the English version because they were like, no one's gonna like this if it's
Yeah.
not Dota. Like, we have to make it some generic shit.
Have you heard the song Botten Anna?
No.
Oh, yeah,
by Bass
yeah,
Hunter?
yeah.
Yeah, Sherna and Bot.
Yeah, yeah,
Hon
yeah.
heter Anna. Yeah. So, and that song is about a chatbot, like in a chat forum.
Okay, so
And
in
he-
Dutch, there's also a Dutch translation
Oh,
to this, and
ooh.
it's translated to boat. Ik heb een boot, which means I have a boat.
Yeah,
And its name
that-
is Anna, and that's like
Yeah.
the translation in Dutch.
Yeah, so most people in Sweden thought at first that he actually sang the boat Anna because it's almost the same word, but it's actually about a chatbot which he thinks is a real girl, so he falls in love with. He thinks it's a bot because of the way it's acting, but it turns out it's a real girl who's very pretty as well.
Let's go. Important.
Very, very, very interesting song. I mean, he made some, like, it's basically, I feel like Bass Hunter is like, this just a random gamer dude who's like, yeah, I wanna write some lyrics, and he just wrote about like a chatbot and playing Dota with his boys.
That's
and-
so sick, though.
God, I love Dota so much. I just want everyone to know. How can I get everyone to know how much I love Dota, man? He like sees the keyboard in the corner of his room. He's like, oh shit.
Yo,
Fucking
we should
sick.
hit up Bass Hunter and ask him to do a Smash song.
Oh
Phoenix
my
Blue
God.
3, Bass Hunter
free.
shows up and plays a Smash song live.
Oh my God, that
I'm
would
there.
be
I'm
so
already
sick.
there.
Okay, so so now we've talked about Bass Hunter. We can just check that off the topic list.
That was the first one on the topic list for sure. Like, first thing I thought of.
That was some deep iceberg shit right there.
Well, actually, because you were talking about you were like influenced by Tafo stats and stuff for the seeding and everything. But like nowadays, do you still kind of keep up with that? Like, how do you keep up with results in Europe so well, like so consistently?
I just look at fucking brackets.
That's fair.
I go to Smash GG and I type in, Sunday beatdown number 18. And I'm like, wow, this happened.
Wow, Watergun Boy 69 did really well this tournament.
Exactly.
He's got potential.
I don't just look at brackets. I extract the data, so I can easily look everything up when I need it. But a lot of what I do is just look at brackets and I put it into spreadsheets or into databases, and
I mean, that's where the skill comes from. Because like I read brackets all the time and I can't remember any of that shit.
Same. Like I
That's
just
probably like
gloss over. They're like, oh, he did well, and then I immediately forget like 2 seconds later.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
And like another thing about it is like even if I look at a bracket, I could take 3 minutes and look at a bracket and like, okay, cool, that happened. But then I see, oh shit, Popmeister lost round 1. why did that happen? Like, oh, he lost round 1 of losers as well. Like, wait, doesn't make any sense. So then I have to go into a Discord where the tournament was hosted, and I have to search from Popmeister, and I have to look through all of his messages. And then he said, "Oh, I'm playing Fox today." Boom, there you go. Okay, like.
Yeah, it's a little easier now with this new Smash GG stuff where you can like pick the character at least. Like,
oh yeah, that's nice.
I need context for the shit that happens. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So, can you talk a little bit about Same Circuit and how that came to be? Because last time we did Half Cocked, Half Baked, it wasn't announced yet, and we couldn't really talk about it. I mean, we didn't even know about it back then. But how did that come to be? Because I've seen Cone on Twitter being mad at Leffen for, you know, hosting his tournaments, and I saw that he's like, yeah, we've been prepping for months, but so how did that came to be?
I mean, it was at the end of 2020, like not at the very end, but you know, towards fall, early winter, where I'm pretty sure Cone started the conversation in the TO conversation.
Yeah. I was about to say
it. Please continue.
In the EU TO hotspot, I think I don't remember the exact context. You know, general conversation about how to improve the scene or what we can do, and but you know, so the conversation got going about having some kind of circuit and involving a lot of TOs, and so basically what Cone did was he just created Discord and he threw a bunch of us in there, and we just met and had a chat, you know, like what do we want to do. Like the idea about doing a year-long circuit was, I mean, that was basically what we had going into the first meeting. Like, okay, we're gonna do some kind of year-long circuit, one event a month, and we just talked and we had more meetings and just slowly but surely decided on what we wanted to do, and you know, and we reached out to BTS, and it felt like it feels like it went quite quickly. You know, we just sat down. We said, "This is what we're doing," and then we started working.
Okay, that's
fair.
Yeah,
I read a lot of tweets about like how people perceive Melee from the outside. I saw like a thread. I think Toph was involved or something, but it was just like whether or not people think Melee is dead, not as like somebody inside the scene or like somebody who follows it very closely. You know, like just a public opinion, I guess. But I think Europe at this point is doing way better than the US in terms of like keeping the scene like active, alive, at least like with markers in every month where you're like, this is where we're having like a tournament that will measure where everybody's at in Europe right now, like huge incentives to enter. So like it's I think so far the Same Circuit is doing what it was intended to do. I imagine it's keeping everything a little more organized.
Yeah, definitely. And like from a you know, casual spectator point of view, I feel like you can host 100 nationals and they're not going to hear about it.
Yeah.
But if you host one major, they're going to hear about it. Like it's because, you know, for someone who doesn't really keep up with the scene, just because there's a fairly large tournament, it's not gonna attract or even get on the timeline of a lot of those people. But when you have, so for example, you know, having tournaments with 100 entrants, we had quite a few throughout 2020. You know, different organizers putting together 100 plus entrant tournaments, but having these, you know, upwards of 300 entrants, it's definitely it reaches a lot more people.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, just the sheer number of entries is so important for how many people are gonna watch, as well. Yeah, and if every like good player in Europe is attending, or I guess in America every American good player is attending, then that's gonna have a lot of eyes on it, regardless. Yeah. But yeah, like catering to the casual, the public people is so much more difficult than, you know, getting a decent viewership from your own community.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I refuse.
Okay.
We're just gonna stand here and stare at each other then, I guess.
Fair enough. Though I feel like we're doing a good job at the moment in Europe, but it's still like we're still very far behind in just general interest compared to the US. I feel like obviously the US has much higher interest, but they might not be doing as much as they could to actually get people to tune in. I think we could do a lot more. I never want to sit here and say, well, we're doing all we can, boys. Pack it up. Like that. That's just brushing past the actual issues, or like there's always more you can do. But I think these past months have been better than the entirety of 2020 in terms of just.
And we have those also those what is it? There's videos where they explain the rivalries and stuff happening in Europe as well, leading into bigger events also helps out a lot, because I think general interest also relies a lot on the narrative you tell with the tournament too. As sad as it is to say, if you don't have a story going into the tournament, it's a lot less exciting to watch somebody do well or whatever, because you don't understand the context behind it. So content producers helping out with that as well. We have a few more podcasts popping up. We have that EU Melee report, weekly report. We have Chase's UK Melee report. Right now, I think everybody's trying to go into content overdrive to just get sort of a foundation established where we're pulling a lot more interest into our scene and not relying so heavily on the US scene as a prop up for us.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think if we continue doing this and getting more and more content out there, it's going to be easier as well to keep up with it. Because if you let it be like it is, just how it was in 2020, you just get so much work just left undone, which is also pretty a mountain to climb, right? If you look at that. But yeah, 2020 was a weird year in general, so it's hard to really say a lot about that. I mean, there the Poilon software events and the what was it called? Dot isolation tournament.
Yeah.
Those were the big ones that I think of, front runners and isolation basically, and Poilon software. But I think this year has a lot more potential, because we still don't know what the points are going to be for that are being collected.
Big old question mark.
Do you know when that's going to be announced, or do you also just not know anything about that?
Well,
if you can't disclose anything about it, then you can just say so.
I don't.
Blink twice.
Well, so I mean, effectively, we. Effectively, the points are for the circuit finale.
Yeah.
And the finale itself has a very nice prize from BTS Smash. They're giving us something very nice from BTS.
Okay.
We'll see. And it's gonna be announced at some point.
Okay. Fair enough.
We're just waiting for. Well, more so they're gonna announce it rather than us.
Okay. BTS. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I would believe.
Yeah, because so far every time we're on commentary, I'm you gotta get those points. We don't know what for, but you need them.
But I mean, I think it's also just fair to mention that the circuit finale itself is going to be its own event, with an entire broadcast weekend. It's going to be with content centered around the people who make it there. There are only going to be 16 players in singles, and there are going to be 8 doubles teams, and then a few international crews. I mean, it's definitely going to be a lot of airtime and focus on those players who make it there. And
sick.
And again, the storyline sort of thing leads into that as well, right? You see these people continuously do well at the same events, and eventually it leads to that final thing where perhaps more eyes are on them at that point, or I mean, hopefully, right?
Yeah, I guess we are creating the storyline, or laying the groundwork for the storyline to happen this year.
Yeah.
Same circuit so far. I'm really excited about it. For me personally, my goal is to just attend everyone and commentate every single one. Last time I couldn't attend because I had to commentate. I mean, I'm fine with doing just commentary, but it would be nice if we can also compete a little bit.
It's a delicate dance. I had to DQ from Valhalla because of commentary, but again, I'd do it. Obviously, I would do it again.
Yeah, same.
The slot and just having the opportunity is so nice, but then you make it in a bracket and you're like, man.
Yeah, it feels like
I'd rather not.
At the same time, I can say I didn't lose. I didn't lose at Valhalla Online at all.
True, and
So,
Leffen was like
True.
one round ahead of me. I had to face Leffen, so
yeah, he dodged the bullet.
Flex.
He did.
Yeah,
You're welcome, Leffen.
yeah. And I can say, hey, Renzo, I got a better result than you, even though I didn't play. Ooh, I hope he doesn't watch this. Ooh.
Ouch.
That stings.
Yeah. So, do you want to talk about the Super Boo incident, or I mean, I shouldn't say
Yeah.
call it an incident, more like the.
Oh, it was
Oh,
an
wait,
incident.
before we move on from the same circuit, I think
Yeah.
it's worth mentioning that, I mean, I think we're allowed to talk about this at this point, right? It's not really a secret. But we are producing a few videos for the stream, a few little funny tidbits. Hopefully they're funny. If you're not laughing,
We're coming over. We're gonna
failed.
force that smile on you.
I'll force you. I'll turn that frown upside down. But I mean, you know, it's just like a nice little opportunity to try out something new, like put something else again, like we're saying, you know, like put some of your own work out into the space, see if it helps, see if it
Yeah.
brings it to, not that it's gonna like elevate it to god status tournament. Like, whoa, dude, they have like funny 1 minute videos. That's
We will
crazy.
surpass Air as the best tournament.
Yeah, but more just,
Single-handedly.
like, trying to contribute to help out, because like we said, same circuit is amazing. Like, we love to help, we love to commentate for them, and if we get approached for something like that, we're more than happy to help out, you know.
Yeah, and that's always also been something that we wanted to do for the Phoenix Blue tournaments. We've always been really big on like creating funny content and making funny stuff in regards to, or in like as part of our tournaments as well. Like we're always brainstorming and discussing, you know, wacky crazy shit we could do for different kinds of trailers or just different kinds of skits. And Phoenix Blue 3 hasn't happened yet, so we haven't really been able to explore that fully either. Though I'm very proud of the voiceover Pete video we got for Phoenix Blue 2.
Yeah, that was really cool. No, for sure. I mean, it's also just like a fair warning. Obviously, we filmed these skits under pandemic conditions, so no extra actors, no nice space. Like, it's just my apartment. Like, they're not, you know, studio production level videos, but like.
Wait. I need to read the contract again. I thought we had talked about this.
Well, I'm not seeing
I think
any
I put
money,
that-
boss, so you're not even my boss.
Dude, I'm not seeing any money either, so
I thought you
Good
got
thing I
50
put a
euros in your wallet.
$15,000 cancellation fee in the contract. Thank goodness.
No, but yeah, I think it would. Personally, I just want to have like a few laughs in chat. If I see a couple people laughing in chat, then I feel like that's mission accomplished. And I mean, yeah, it's not super high production value, but at the same time, is it really needed?
Yeah, as long as everybody's using that ha-ha emote, you know? Because
Yeah.
it's like laughing. It's funny, right?
Haha.
It's like,
I'll throw a few XDs in there for you guys. Don't
Let's
worry.
go.
Don't worry.
it's just you in chat spamming X.
Wait, actually, I can actually tell all the commentators that they have to mention how funny the skits are. Whenever...
Yo, let's do that.
They're like crying after the skits, like, oh, it's so
Please,
funny.
that would be so funny. Like every time in between every game, they have to point out how funny the skits are that Wrestle Will and Zin made.
But not us. Me and Casper we were adamantly like, that was terrible. Oh my god, that was bad.
Imagine this. Game 10 grand finals, right before it starts. Foster is like, okay guys, but we have to mention how funny the skits are from Restless Whale. And it's a 30th time his wish.
Just swap out the plugs, you know, like all the partnerships, forget about that, man. Your new partnership is with Zin and Whale.
Dude, it would be
We have
so
to keep us
funny
happy.
if Cone is the one to like push on the commentators, like you have to talk about this, and then set Cone's Academy aside for the skits.
You haven't mentioned the skits in 5 minutes, guys.
What are you doing?
What's going on?
I thought you guys were taking this seriously.
Oh lord.
But yeah, sign up for Phoenix Blue Online.
Smash.gg/pxbo.
I mean, okay, this means I'll have to upload it as soon as possible because registration
yeah.
is almost closed.
Oh
If-
really? Oh no.
if today is Tuesday or earlier, sign up for Phoenix Blue Online. If today is Wednesday or later, tune in and watch Phoenix Blue Online. Twitch.tv/BTS Smash and Twitch.tv/BTS Smash 2.
I really thought you were gonna say BDSM there. It was like just one letter away. You were like BDS.
What's the channel again? BDSM.
Change it from Taros HS to Taros BDSM. That's all I ask.
All right, so I guess that's it for Same Circuit. Let's talk about Super Boo, because I want to hear the story from your perspective, because I've only heard like the bedbug stories, but
yeah. So back when Super Boo happened, I was, I was known as decent at seeding, I suppose, or at least I had helped out a bit. Like I can't quite remember what my status was, but I had helped seed, Valhalla, and I helped seed Fate a little bit, and and Awakening as well. So I had some kind of reputation within the TO sphere of being a little bit knowledgeable, at least. But for Super Boo, so I attended Super Boo, but this all started a few days before the event when they released the seeding. And it was absolute shambles. We've all seen questionable seeding. Like we have seen, why is Pipsqueak 19th seed? This is crazy, But so the problem with the Super Boost seeding was that there were a bunch of regional conflicts first and foremost, which it happens. Like if you're seeding very quickly, there will be a lot of regional conflicts that you miss. So there was, I think it was one pool with like 6 French players, and then there were a lot of players who were just underseeded. Like Parsec, I believe, was 6th seed in this pool, when he should have been a 2nd seed.
Yeah, that's wild.
Wow.
And like the Meaty from Sweden, he he was also like bottom seed, and there were players who I would have unseeded who were seeded to make it, to top 32, and it was just.
How many entrants were there for this tournament?
200 something. Ooh. I'm not sure. So and people freaked out like when they saw this. Twitter, a lot of people on Twitter were like, "What the hell is going on?" And a lot of us just instantly threw ourselves into the TO hotspot to try to figure this out. So, my initial thinking was like, yeah, we'll help them, figure this out. It'll be fine. So, we set. So, I can't quite remember the exact before the event exactly how everything happened, but I believe that they made some kind of statement that the seeding is final. We're not gonna fix it. Thank you for your concern. Like it's fine. It's like no, it's not fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So, what I did then was I spoke to a handful of other because obviously they didn't have the time to look at the seeding again, and that was understandable. They're about to host a major. So I said that okay, let's gather a few of us and let's do the seeding for them. So I contacted a few players or a few TOs and just knowledgeable people. I think I talked to Fortilt and Jim Morrison, and just like, let's all just seed our own players from our countries, and then we can like make a final seeding of it. So I got the seeded version of all, or the seeding of all the different players from all the countries, and then I had to travel to the event. Fun fact: I bought my plane ticket the night before I flew out.
Wow, that's very responsible for.
The thing was, I didn't know if I was gonna be able to get time off work to go there. So, and like it was just was just all over the place there with work. But then they told me like the night before the event started, like, yeah, we figured it out. You can go. So I just had to buy my plane ticket for like 400 euros for the next night. But so I went to the event. And I was feeling pretty chill about it. Like, yeah, I'll talk to the TOs when I get there, and we'll figure it out. And so we get there, you know, I talk to TOs like, hey, let's do seating, and they're like, no. I'm like, but I want to help out. No. I love the Super Boot TOs. They're lovely, but
Yeah.
I just,
They kind of
I
shot
gotta be
themselves
honest,
in the foot.
They
there.
were like, sorry?
They were shooting themselves in the foot there.
Yeah, they were like, no, it's fine. It's fine, dude. Don't worry about it. I'm like, no, it's not fine. Oh, so, and I mean, at this point, I was so mad. Like, I was the most mad person in the entire venue throughout the first day of the tournament. Like, I was so pissed off about this shit.
Thank God you weren't molding. Would have lost a beautiful lock.
So, so, you know, and that was day one. Like, they just said, no, we're not gonna do anything about this. It's fine. So the seating, like, it was just gonna stay the way it was. So that was day one. And so what I did then was I just stayed up all night, you know, hanging out with people, having a good time, talking some shit about the seating, like, just trying to enjoy myself. So I didn't sleep throughout that entire night of the first day. And then on the second day, I still hadn't slept. I was just rocking. And then because the Super Boo was part of the Road to Genesis circuit. If you remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
And so there were talks of, can this event count as like an actual does the seeding ruin the competitive integrity of the event to the point where it can't count towards circuit points? Like, that conversation was starting to gain some heat. And I think that's when the Super Boo TOs were like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
So they approached me and like, hey, you wanna have a chat? Like, yeah, sure. So we went to the hostel reception, and
Gun to your head.
Yeah, and they were like, okay, let's just reseed the whole thing. And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
I've already done it, baby.
No, so actually, like, I just had like the general draft, and so the issue that we ran into was, okay, everyone has their wave on the badge. Like, so everyone knows what wave they're in, and we can't change their waves.
Yeah.
So I had to seed like 2 separate brackets effectively.
Yeah.
Of wave A and wave B. So everyone was still in their correct wave, but the seeding still made some sense.
Yeah.
So then I sat down in this hostel reception with my laptop on, having been awake for over 30 hours, and I sat there and I didn't move my ass for 3 hours. I just seeded, and then I was finally fucking done. And that's how that happened.
And then the tournament was saved. It was a wonderful time for everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard a lot of horror stories, but at the same time, I've heard a lot of good stories as well about like the experience and having the pool and stuff.
Yeah, that I couldn't help but chuckle earlier when you were talking about the seating beforehand, and you said there were 7 French players in one pool, and I was imagining like an actual pool. So wrong with that, Taraz, huh? Yeah.
Sorry, just, you know, the pandemic stuck in my mind. You know,
Right.
Can't, like, we have lost in Sweden about too many French players in one pool. You know?
Right. You just have to make sure you're covering all bases there, especially as the chairman, man. I mean, you don't want to fuck up.
Definitely. No, but that was definitely an interesting experience. I got free drinks for the rest of the event as thanks.
Nice. I mean, I do think the Super Boo TOs are super sick though. They're super nice.
Yeah.
All of the ones I've talked to, they're so nice.
Yeah, I love them. They're great people. And I think like this was just a case of them not really, like, they didn't really get what the issue was, and I totally like understand that. They weren't trying to be like, you know, be non-understanding, but it was just an issue of, is this really that bad, you know?
Yeah.
Or is it this just, you know, bloated out of like out of proportion.
Okay.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, some people wouldn't consider it so important. Like, just thinking about it, like, what do you really need to happen at a tournament? At the bare minimum, you need the players to play their matches, and you need like people not to DQ and everything. Like, seeding seems like a lower priority until, I mean, when something's on the line, like the Genesis thing. Like, when credibility is on the line, then it's a lot more important.
Yeah. Funny thing is, when we were in the reception talking about it, Ice was randomly there, and so they asked Ice, "Hey, do you think the seeding is that bad?" And he was like, "Oh, it's fine." And I was like, "No."
Oh no.
I don't think he did. He probably just looked at his own seed and was like,
God, I can't believe he'd be so cold with you.
He's as cold as ice.
Can we talk about how terrible the "Ice is nice" chant is?
Oof. No, I don't want to talk about that actually.
No,
let's
That's
not
chant when I'm drinking a nice cold beverage. I'm like, yeah, ice is nice, man.
Yeah, it's a terrible chant. No, I think UK has the only good chant. I guess Brult is also kind of okay.
Okay, Bult is not Norway's best chant. Their best chant is, I believe, it's some kind of intro theme song to a children's TV show. I believe something like that. Maybe it's not a children's TV show. Some kind of TV show. It's a theme song, which they always sing at events. It's really beautiful. You need to hear it at some point. One of my favorite
do they sing
chants
it or do they shout it? Because Norway is probably the rowdiest crowd.
I mean, it's something like do 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 do. I can't.
Yeah.
They shout.
So, I mean, on the topic of chants, why doesn't the Swedish crowd chant a variation of a Bass Hunter song? Or like the Moomin theme?
Ooh, no, but Moomin is also part Dutch, right?
Moomin is, no, it's Finnish and Swedish.
Oh.
It's like a Finnish illustrator, but it's in Swedish originally, I think, or something like that.
I think I'm confusing it with something else.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Something along those lines. We have a chant for Deity, which is "Let's go, Deity, biggest dick in the world," something like that. in Swedish.
That's very funny.
As at Air 5, when he was beating Professor Pro, like at some point in the VOD, we start shouting that, and you can see him crack a smile.
Nice,
dude. It's really sad because at FET, Ben and I mean, we got kind of drunk, and we were just sort of chilling top 8, watching top 8. Sechi was on stage. Well, I think it was Frenzy first, and we were going like, "Frenzy is Obama, Frenzy is Obama." Like that was our chant. And then we got like a bunch of people looking at us, like turning around and like trying to see what the fuck we were doing, like why we were saying that. And you couldn't hear it on stream, which is why I was super sad, because I was like, the end goal is you yell it so loud that the commentators hear it and they're like, "Oh, what is Obama? What does that mean?" And that's like, the end game. But the second problem was like, then Sechi was like afterwards, and we realized Sechi and Frenzy have the same amount of syllables, so we started saying Sechi is Obama. And then I housed Sechi for Syndicate here. Like, he stayed in my apartment for like a week, so I had to confront him eventually and be like, because his team name with Nebi, I think, at DreamHack was Sechi is Obama, or like he had told him about it while they were teaming at DreamHack, and then Syndicate was the week after. So like I approached him, I was like, "Yeah, did Ben tell you about like Sechi is Obama?" He was like, yeah, I don't get it. I was like, I don't get it either, man. It's just there's no joke, there's no punchline.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you don't get it.
Yeah, that's a good chant, one that makes other people uncomfortable in the crowd. They're like turning around trying to see who's doing it. That's a chant.
I think one of my favorite chants was during Super Boo. I believe the British crowd, whenever Triff was playing, they were all going, "Vamos Triff!"
We are really blessed that we have like so many different languages in this continent. Just hear like all the crazy shit.
Oh, the Swedish crowd during Super Boo, we had a Festa chant. That was a big chant that we did during Super Boo. Just Festa, Festa, Festa. You can hear when Pipsqueak beats Ice, we're just screaming Festa,
which means party or something.
Yeah. And that's why we named our event after that.
Yeah.
I thought it was the other way around, but yeah, makes more sense, I guess.
I mean, the only the funniest Dutch chant I can think of is when Jim Morrison screams through the venue, "Everybody quiet," and then the whole venue becomes quiet, and everybody's just watching grand finals in dead silence.
Literally, like, me and Casper on the mic, and then Jamorson yells that, and we're like whispering in the mic. We're like, okay, going in for the nair. Oh, that was a great up smash. You just want to you want to make sure you're not breaking the silence. You don't want to be that person.
Yeah. Oh man, I love it when that happens because it's like such a reverse thing to do, and then at some point, like some tense situations happen, and then you just hear someone go, ah! That's so funny. Oh yeah. Yeah, man, I miss it in real life tournaments, but they'll be back. They'll be back at some point.
They'll be back. They'll be back. Well, I mean, the equivalent now is like 10 people pile into a voice chat and just yell at each other, like yell the same thing at each other. Wow, it feels like I'm at a tournament.
And then all the audio gets bitch crunched and shit. Like
you can hear no one. You can hear absolutely no one.
Yeah. Yeah, sick, man.
Hey, Taraz, you've seen a lot of tags, right? You've seen you've seen a fair share of names in Smash.
Oh, dude, I have lists of thousands of tags.
Do you have like a tag that you cannot forget? Like it's your favorite tag that you've ever seen, or do you just have like some highlights or something, like a few funny names?
I think Poopmeister is probably the funniest tag there is. Sadly, he had to change it due to legal reasons.
Yeah, So I mean, Poopmeister was like, you know, one of the first tags that my parents heard about. Or we shouldn't. I think saying Poopmeister is like doing him a disservice because it was Poopmeister 6000. That's
right. The 6000 does add a lot of flair.
It does.
Yeah, and Poop is trademarked, so we had to change that. But it's trademarked by Big Poop.
I mean, gotta give shoutouts to Ninjago Fan 72.
Good name.
That's also a really good one.
Beautiful tag.
I don't know. I just figured people who go 0-2 or like don't do as well at tournaments probably have less to lose in terms of like picking a weird name. Like that's why I'm surprised by like Popmeister or Poopmeister at that point, and then Ninjago Fan. Like you guys are really good players, and your name is just like a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing joke. I love seeing their names every time.
I think the best Dutch tag, in my opinion, is Rita Verdronk, which is like a pun on a politician's name, because there's a politician in the Netherlands called Rita Verdonk, and Verdronk means to drown. And he always goes 0-2. He always goes 0-2.
You're forgetting about Anusap, anus juice, and has been disqualified.
No, shut up. I hate has been disqualified.
I have seen has been disqualified in a few brackets.
Oh, I hate that guy. Nobody loves him.
It doesn't work if there's no PA system, though. If you're playing an online bracket, like, it doesn't matter because no one's announcing it on a PA. But, like, when they say, like, Restless Whale has been disqualified at TV 11, you're like, whoa. Why did I get disqualified at a TV? I don't know.
I wasn't sure if it was a real player or if it was like, oh shit, this player was disqualified, so let's just change his name in the bracket so it's obvious that they were disqualified. Okay, so one of my favorite, a person who has a lot of good tags is a Swedish guy by the name of 7 Bananas. At one point he went by 7 bananas. Just took up a lot of, and at one point he changed the Smash GG tag to Skill 09 Dragon Ronaldo.
Whoa,
honestly,
amazing!
Honestly,
that combination of words is
that is my favorite tag. On God,
damn.
Skill 09 Dragon Ronaldo.
That's such a long tag.
I would shit my pants if that was my next opponent in bracket. I'd be like, no, I'm not playing, dude. I quit. This guy's too good.
Yeah, it's winning by intimidation.
I'm trying to find the Smurf brackets for that NL ran. Like we had a few brackets where online you would enter as like a Smurf name and then it would just be like a randomized bracket everyone would play because there were some highlights in there.
Someone or Flippy, the Swedish Flippy, ran a Smurf tournament, and the winner was Come to Phoenix Blue 3, and I believe they played Ice Climbers a bit throughout the bracket. So at first people were like, "Haha, yeah, good one, Taros."
Oh, he was impostering you.
But then Come to PXP3 just won the entire Smurf event, and I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna be honest. It's me, guys. You got me."
Nice.
It wasn't.
Nice.
I'm not gonna out them, but
Was
Oh,
it
I
not?
know.
Was it not announced? Because the Smurf brackets we do at the end of the bracket, all the names are like revealed.
Yeah, I don't think they did that for this one. But okay, I changed my mind. I'll out them. It was Red Blaze.
Ah, okay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I can't remember. The fun thing was for that bracket was at first people were like, is Leffen gonna enter? Like you
Oh.
never know. We
Yeah.
didn't think he would, but like you never know. And there was a Bowser who just started whooping people. So people were like, wait, is this Leffen?
Wow.
Damn.
It wasn't.
Sad.
Oh no, unfortunate.
Yeah, the Smurf tournaments are really funny. Did you enter one or no, Chen? Yeah, you entered two.
Yeah, I entered one. I can't remember what was my name in one of them. I had a good name, man, but I can't find the bracket. I can only find the third one.
I
didn't enter that one.
I had the first one. I was based and curved. And
Also,
then
just worth pointing out that, like for the most recent one, because of Slippy, everyone had to make like new Slippy accounts with
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the special tags or whatever. So now I'm sure people just have like this Smurf account that they just own.
yeah, that's 17 still goes still plays Slippy with his Smurf account, and it's called Battle Twink 69.
Wait, I think doesn't Hooray for Jay also do?
Yeah, I thought that was right
Oh.
for Jay.
Oh no, wait, that was Hooray for Jay. Sorry, but I do
Got
know
him.
that 17 also has. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Am
that's
I
a
ever
very good
not
tag as
right?
well. What?
Am I ever not right? That's more important. You shouldn't point out when I'm right because I'm just always right. So if that happens,
You know,
we're
I'm
just gonna be here all day.
dissing you tomorrow, right, in my track. So
Obviously,
I'm gonna. You're gonna have that answer later.
yeah, but you haven't heard. You heard my diss track, so you should be afraid.
Yeah,
You
you
know
were
what I'm
dissing
capable of.
yourself.
You know what I'm capable of, dude.
I'm just going through the list. I have like a list of 2,000 people who have entered EU netplay tournaments in the past year,
Oh lord.
and I'm just going through all the tags here to see if I can find any real. I mean, no.
Oh,
no.
I think one of the funniest tags we've had in the Smurf tournament was we have a player called L4. I don't know if you know him. He's like
I
L
do.
and then just the number 4.
Young Link from the Middle East, right?
Yeah, he switches characters every week, so he's
Oh,
now
okay,
now
okay.
Yoshi, I think, or I don't know. Yeah, so that guy, and then someone entered as L5, which is
Whoa.
you know, what you never know what he's capable of, right?
L5. Dude.
L5.
Yeah, dude. I just pulled up the second one. You know, there was Johnny Gamer. That's a classic.
Oh yeah, Johnny Gamer.
You were Rey Mysterio, right?
Yeah, I was Rey Mysterio, and I went.
Nice.
I only went Ness because Rey Mysterio is a small man.
619.
Oh, you know him.
Booyaka.
Let's go, dude. You know him. Yeah, it
Dude,
was
I used to be such a big wrestling fan.
nice. Yeah, me too, man. I always watched Rey Mysterio. And then the last one I was Jimmy Neutron, and I played Mewtwo only because that's only for big brain players.
Right.
True.
Oh, dude. My name was Cave Painting Depicting the Birth of George Bush. George W. Bush. That was,
Yeah, that's a good name as well.
I think that's
So-
the highlight of my career.
One of the best tags in Sweden is someone who goes by Åtens Kapten, which basically translates to Captain of the Hood.
Ooh,
That one is really good.
That's
But I think it works the best in Swedish, but you know you get the general idea.
yeah. All right. So, is there anything else we want to talk about?
How are you doing, Sin? Are you okay?
Help. I'm doing terrible.
Moving on from that, how is Kimchi doing?
True, yeah, that's the real important stuff.
Kimchi sleep in, right? Kimchi.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. You're a
Whoa.
little baby. Say hi to the camera, Kimchi. Oh. Yeah.
Dude, if you could see like a chart of like people's attention during this video, it's just like spiked here. Like
Yeah, yeah,
everybody just went here. People are just linking the video with this timestamp and then like stopping watching after Casper puts the cat back.
Yeah, but no, I'm doing fine. Kimchi is also doing fine. I feel like Kimchi has
Right.
more fans than we do together.
Yeah.
Like every time Kimchi
True.
casually walks across the screen, people in chat go wild, man. It's funny.
Yeah, dude, we're like, you know, we come on screen, people are like, who are these chump? And then Kimchi's on screen and they're like, oh my god, it's all worth it. It's all worth it,
Yeah.
man.
She's cute. She's cute. She fights with her tail a lot. If I do this. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So there's one thing that we haven't mentioned so far.
Mhm.
That's a certain tournament series that's been going on for the past few weeks. That
Oh yeah, newbie showdown in the European EU Discord, whatever.
you got it, bro. No, but Seeding Paradise. Wow.
Yeah, you got it wrong every single time.
Yep.
When I entered, I got seeded like 30th, and I got like 17th. So
Dude, okay. Last night, first seed got first, second seed got second, and third seed got third. That's a W.
Wow, you got
That is-
3
it only-
right.
yeah, it only really
Big
matters.
deal, man. Big deal. Who cares? It's about
I
the
don't.
whole bracket, the whole experience.
yeah, come on.
No, but
And I
no,
have to say, I enjoyed the hell out of the bracket as well. Like it's a nice way to run a weekly, you know, because like with the double elimination pools into double elimination bracket, you at least feel like you're not playing like a million sets, but you're not being like ripped off out of like losing early, you know.
Yeah, definitely. It's so basically Seeding Paradise was there wasn't any like grand thought behind it. I was just like, you know, this is gonna sound absolutely moronic, but you know, I was like, damn, I'm not doing enough for the scene at the moment. I'm not hosting anything. Like I'm hosting like one event a month and seeding 25 events a month. I need to host like a weekly, dude. That's the only way to really contribute. That's what I felt.
Yo, but
So-
honestly, having a high
Yeah.
quality weekly like this is so nice because it just reels in a lot of players, and there's a lot of people who just enter every week, and that's great because that's basically what you want, right, from a weekly.
Yeah, and my first thought was like, I want to start a weekly. Still some kind of weekly. Like I didn't want to go back to the Untitled Europe that I did because you know that was its thing. But I wanted to try to create something new, and an idea popped into my head. Let's do an entry fee. Fuck it, like
Yeah,
see
try
if
it out,
it
you know?
see if it works. You
and
know,
it works. People
And-
pay for a quality tournament. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
People want to watch a stream which is run properly, and it works.
Yeah, and I was so unsure. Like I used to be really unsure about, damn, do we even want to have entry fees for majors? Because people were complaining, or not complaining, but like you could see that even though like Battle of the Armada, which had a lot of interest, you know, since there was a sub, like you had to sub to enter, like that wall still was there.
For me, I don't want to enter tournaments that require me to subscribe to anyone, because
I think, yeah.
if I really like to watch Armada stream, yeah, then sure, but I don't. So sorry, Armada, if you're watching, but
But like also because I mean I don't know about you guys, but when I first like introduced the concept of subscribing to someone on Twitch to my parents, they were not so keen about it. They weren't like very, you know, on the same level, which is understandable. It's a weird concept because like usually when you think subscribe, you think you're just like free. You just press a button and you're like tuned in for whatever. You get like notifications for that. But like, so I think there are people who even like want to attend, but perhaps circumstantially they just can't. Like they just don't have a way to either sub, or like they're a minor and someone outside of like who's their legal guardian or whatever says like you can't, you're not allowed to do that. And I think it solves the problem just by having like the fixed entry fee on Smash GG, because that's a lot easier to explain to somebody. Like, oh, you just pay this money, it goes to the TO, that's it. Like that's how a tournament works. It's like it's a no-brainer, right? It works way easier.
Yeah. So at first, like I just had this ideas, and I DM'd Chase about it because I was like, yeah, he would be perfect to stream this, and I'll pay him a pretty penny, and I just I threw it together quite quickly, to be honest. Like I just, you know, I had some ideas, and I was like, let's just do this, see what happens, and my goal was like, okay, eventually, like best case scenario, we might be able to reach 32 entrants and keep that steady.
yeah,
That was like what I was really hoping for,
well, so
because
far,
I did not expect that much more support. I felt like people were gonna be, you know, quite disinterested in paying an entry fee. Like and especially like all weeklies have like, at least 1 week or 2 weeks where interest really goes down. I saw it with Untitled events, and I think every weekly has off weeks, and I felt like that could be extra detrimental to a pay to enter weekly.
Yeah.
Because people will look at the entrance counts from previous weeks, when they're considering signing up.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got a lot of interest for the first one, which was really great, but there was this huge charity vibe around it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the entire thing was people like, yeah, let's support our TOs, let's support, people want to support me, and I got donations for the casters and for myself, and it was a really great first week, and but I was still very very unsure, because
Yeah.
the entire charity like storyline that was building up, or the narrative rather, it wasn't what we were going for. I wanted
It's
to
sustainable as well, right? Like,
yeah,
you can't keep
definitely.
going with that vibe forever.
Yeah, no, people are not going to be interested in like a charity weekly, or especially a TO charity weekly. Like, obviously support your TOs, but there are more important charities.
Yeah. Exactly. But I think we've surpassed that now. Like, it's no longer, people are no longer donating money for like charity causes or anything.
No.
They just want to, play in the bracket and get a star and maybe get on stream a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, it helps.
There are definitely people who are, who are motivated, or I mean, the part of their motivation is that they want to support, because they know that their money is going to supporting the scene and those who make it possible. But it's the event itself is definitely able to stand on its own two legs, because I felt like, okay, if people are going to be paying, we need to have a good stream with commentators. Like, it needs to be proper.
I like
proper.
Commentators, not good commentators.
we,
Yeah, great stream, and we need commentators.
we couldn't really get any good commentators, but we had Sin and Restless Whale who were able to to hop on at the very least. So I mean, we got commentators.
Technically, we've got commentators.
Let's say, for argument's sake, that we had commentators.
Nah, man, I love the event. It's good.
With the gold stars as well, you're saying like people go into the past thing and they can see like, oh, there were this many entrants. Like, it's also interesting, but it's also, you've made it super accessible for people to just like go into the Discord and see the regulars of the tournament. Like, the first thing you see in the list of players on the side is like all the gold stars, besides you and Chase, of course. But then all the gold stars, you're like, okay, these are the people I can expect to be there when I play. Like, if I enter, so it's like, then you see, I see. Hooray for Jay's in here. I need Falco practice. Maybe I go in there and hopefully I run in hit during bracket.
So if you're a gold star, you're putting a target on your back.
Yeah.
True.
You become the goal for anybody coming in if you're like the only main in the gold star.
Although I do want to point out that I don't have a star.
Yeah.
But I've been at like almost every single one. Hello.
I haven't seen you in bracket, dude. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I've entered more brackets than you have.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking about entering bracket last time. Not yesterday, but the week before. But then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna watch.
You were scared, of being fraud.
That's the difference between someone like Yuo, someone like Hooray for Jay, or Telman, and you.
All right, so yeah, we've been going on for about an hour and 18 minutes now, so it's time. I think it's time to wrap it up. That's
I can
exactly
list more differences.
Yeah,
There's
No, I just didn't feel like it. I wanted to enter, but I didn't feel like playing melee. So then you shouldn't enter a tournament if you don't feel like playing melee at that point.
That's fair.
Okay. Anyway, anything else you want to talk about aside from my weakness?
No, that's about covers it. I think your weakness is the last thing on this list.
Let's talk about Sin's strengths.
All right, time to wrap it up, boys.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and please watch Phoenix Blue online
Please
coming
sign
week.
up for Phoenix Blue Online.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Do you have anything to plug, Teros, before we go?
Twitter.com/TerosHS or TerosBDSM, whichever you prefer.
BDSM. Wait, you have a channel for that? Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's my private. No.
All right.
Smash.gg/pxbo, twitch.tv/btssmash, twitch.tv/btssmash2, twitter.com/phoenixbluegg. Go enter Seeding Paradise.
Yeah. And go subscribe to Phoenix Smash.